In the UK, over half of the meat we consume is poultry. To keep up with that demand, the farming methods are always evolving.
Everything has changed. It's not just a big change, the whole lot has changed. It was taking about 10 weeks to get them up to the weight we get them today.
Peter Hemmings has been farming since he was 9 years old, when his father founded their poultry farm in 1952. Over the years, Peter has seen the job change a lot.
In the old days, we were paying almost twice as much for chicken as we're paying for it today. From a health point of view, it's one of the best, and price-wise, it's very, very good value for money. It's never, the industry has never stopped moving forwards, and it's lovely to see something so small go out so big.
I have grown up here after my parents purchased this farm in 2007 and built 4 poultry units, which have now been running for 9 years. This is very different to your typical farming family because it hasn't been passed down through the generations. Each poultry house holds 50,000 chickens. The chicks arrive here on the farm just hours old from the hatchery.
The birds are delivered to the farm in temperature-controlled lorries. The chicks are then transported into the sheds in crates. Each crate holds 100 chicks, which are carefully tipped into the poultry house. The sheds are heated to 32 degrees when the chicks arrive and slowly decrease as the days go by. After a few days, the windows are opened to let in natural daylight and the chicks start to peck the welfare bales and use the perches.
We've got 200,000 chickens, so we have 200,000 chicks come in all at once. We take delivery of them on the day that they hatch. They're taken and tipped in the shed. There's feed on the floor ready for them, so the first thing we want them to do is a good chick start to eat and drink within the first 4 hours.
To help prevent spreading disease and bacteria to the chicks, workers use disinfectant and have different wellies for each shed.
The temperature in the shed slowly comes down each day till we get to day 4. The feed on the floor, they've ate all the feed off the floor, so by that time they're big enough to find the feed in the feed pans.
The chickens leave the farm to the factory on day 42 and are close to 3 kilograms in weight, but this can vary slightly depending on the weight that the supermarket has asked for.
So we're empty for a period of time where we do a deep clean, everything's washed, sterilised, all prepared, ready for the chicks to come back again for the next cycle.
Once the chickens have left the farm, the chicken muck is cleared out and goes to a local digester, which produces electricity and is sold into the grid. But why is being sustainable so important?
Having renewables is something every company needs to look at, and it's all about keeping your running costs to a minimum, really, and we all need a carbon neutral footprint. Using solar for electric, for instance, cuts our electricity costs. We burn wood chip to heat the sheds because we have to maintain a high steady temperature. We use biomass as it's a renewable source of heating the supply of wood. So we buy in wood chip, which is dried to around 20% moisture in it, which is what we burn, which keeps us in a competitive place for the market.
The UK is the 3rd largest overall poultry meat producer in the EU. British farmers take pride in having some of the highest welfare standards in the world. Poultry meat farmers have to be Poultry Passport and Red Tractor assured, which means they meet strict animal welfare standards, safety and hygiene and traceability.
Being a part of them keeps the standards high, keeps British farming standards high. Every poultry farmer supplying chicken to the food chain has to be a member of Red Tractor, which they audit us on a yearly basis, which it keeps, in general, it keeps the standards to a very high level.